The year 2025 marks a critical juncture for American taxpayers. The sweeping tax cuts enacted under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 are set to expire. These cuts, largely benefiting individuals and corporations, are poised to disappear unless Congress acts. Republicans, eager to maintain their hold on Congress and the White House, are pushing to extend these tax breaks. They argue that letting them lapse would amount to a significant tax increase on hardworking Americans. The Republican tax plan prioritizes extending the existing tax breaks rather than introducing broad new benefits. This approach, while fiscally prudent in the eyes of many Republicans, presents a unique challenge in terms of public perception. It's harder to rally voters around maintaining the status quo than it is to promise exciting new tax cuts. One of the significant hurdles Republicans face is the public's limited awareness and appreciation of the existing tax benefits set to expire. Many Americans might not even realize they received a tax cut in 2017, let alone grasp the implications of its expiration. This lack of awareness makes it difficult for Republicans to claim credit for preventing a tax hike that voters don't even know is looming. While the focus remains on extending the 2017 cuts, the Republican proposal does include some new tax breaks. These include provisions for those who receive tips, earn overtime pay, and seniors. A more generous state and local tax deduction is also on the table. However, details remain scarce. The actual impact of these new breaks, their timing, and their effectiveness in swaying voters remain uncertain. Section 5. The price of tax relief, potential spending cuts. Extending tax cuts comes at a cost, and Republicans are exploring spending cuts to offset the potential loss of revenue. Proposed cuts include changes to Medicaid, a program providing health coverage to millions of low-income Americans. Green energy tax credits are also on the chopping block. These spending cuts, if enacted, could have a more immediate and tangible impact on Americans than the extension of tax benefits. Such cuts could spark backlash and potentially outweigh any positive sentiment generated by the tax plan. Section 6. Echoes of the past, Bush, Trump, and the politics of tax cuts. The current debate over tax cuts echoes similar battles fought in the past. The George W. Bush administration enacted substantial tax cuts in the early 2000s, many of which were set to expire after a decade. This led to intense political wrangling, with Democrats and Republicans eventually compromising to extend most of the cuts. The current situation mirrors this dynamic, highlighting the recurring challenges of tax policy and the difficulty in achieving lasting consensus. Section 7. A boost to the economy, predictions and uncertainties. Republicans champion their tax plan as a boon for the American economy. They argue that extending the 2017 cuts will provide certainty to businesses, encourage investment, and ultimately lead to economic growth. However, economists offer mixed predictions. Some foresee only modest benefits, while others caution that the long-term impact of such large tax cuts on the national debt could outweigh any short-term gains. Section 8. The messaging maze, selling tax maintenance to voters. Republicans face a messaging challenge in selling their tax plan to voters. Framing the extension of existing benefits as a significant win proves difficult, especially when many Americans remain unaware of the looming expiration. Moreover, the potential for spending cuts, particularly to programs like Medicaid, could overshadow any positive messaging around tax relief. Section 9. Conclusion. Will voters notice? As the 2025 deadline for the expiration of the 2017 tax cuts approaches, the political battle lines are being drawn. Republicans are betting that their focus on extending existing benefits, coupled with new, albeit limited tax breaks, will resonate with voters. However, the lack of awareness surrounding the impending expiration, the potential unpopularity of spending cuts, and the difficulty in effectively messaging the benefits of maintaining the status quo present significant hurdles. Whether voters will notice, let alone reward, the Republican effort to prevent a tax hike remains to be seen.